I want to talk about the police getting defunded, and in some places I've heard, think it was called Lake. I can't remember the name of it, but some police actually have been defunded, and I'm really glad about that because if you have good police officers and they know what they're doing, or even just halfway decent, what this will do is it'll free them up to go and work privately for communities. And then you can just hire those same police just to police your area. And they probably can have even greater, what would you say, flexibility in the way they do their policing, since they won't be under the continuous scrutiny of your media. And a lot of police officers, if you're really upset about getting defunded, because it is coming, they are going to have it's the same thing as they did to the military under Obama. They purge as many decent folks as they can out of that, and they just need people who follow orders. I think you know where that's headed. Well, all those people who like to burn things down and they want to destroy everything in this society and have it rebuilt by the mafia communists, well, that's fine. And they can live under the tyranny and capriciousness of whatever kind of goons that they hire. And it'll look like Liberia during Civil War. If you ever want to see what BLM eventually evolves, go ahead and look at some of the footage that you might find on the old news feeds about Africa back when they had their transitions before they switched over to their new masters from communist China. So I think this is a good thing, and I'd rather have police around that aren't connected to people like the Pelosi's and the Ducans and all those type folks. It's not good to have a mixed bag. And besides that, Yeshua said at the end of the days in his parable about the wheat and the tares, that they got to take all the weeds and gather the weeds up first, the tares, and bundle them together. And the only way you can do that is to put them into a city. So your big cities that are turning into the dumps that, well, they always were, it's helping to separate so that the wheat will be gathered up in one area and the tares will be gathered up in a bundle, and they can all burn in their city. Because that's what you do, you burn the weeds. And this serves all kinds of purposes. I won't go into it because it would take a long time. The video doesn't need to be long. But you got to look at the bright side of this, because even though the transition time might be uncomfortable and comfort may disappear forever from our country, you may have what you need. And it's better to have good folks that you can hire to do the policing and keep an eye on things in your community, rather than just some politically, what would you call them? I guess political appointees with badges and guns. No one needs those kind of scum. And foreigners are always underneath that because, well, they reject the ancient laws and truths that were laid out by God back when He made everything. And He has also revealed to us over time and continues to do so. So I think this will be good. And I mean, you could even take your present structures, if you got a good police chief and people to handle it, you could set up something even more efficient than the one you were given by your municipal government. So this will work out. I'm looking forward to it. And probably be more reasonable folks to deal with.